Big Effin Nerds.
Ooh, see, I didn't spice myself. I told you.
He's getting all types of prepped up for that.
Now for my next trick, I'm going to take a drink and not spill on myself. Ta-da! I fucking did it. Yeah. How was that one?
That one's actually fucking...
Take a little sipski.
I actually like that one.
Limoncello.
Blue, was it blue and yellow limoncello or something like that?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Not bad.
I like the aftertaste.
Yeah.
The initial taste isn't all
Goes
that.
down easy.
But...
Yeah.
Oh, shit!
Oh, you fucked it up.
I'm not doing nothing.
Restart.
I'm not doing nothing. All right. Welcome back, nerds. I am Michael E.
And I am the Matt.
And this is Big Effin Nerds.
Yeah.
Welcome back, guys. This is the season finale
You
for us.
You sounded like a librarian for a second. Welcome back, you guys. Just
So yeah, well, this is the season finale. We are, this is gonna be the last episode before I think we might try to go to video.
Yeah.
Fairly soon. I got some plans for my room. We're gonna definitely set that motherfucker up.
So it'll be a little more pleasing to the eye, I suppose.
Yeah, when we go to video.
Yeah, for your eyes.
All right, but I got the fact this week. I thought this was interesting, and I want to say it's because of television and blah blah blah. But yeah, the human attention span is shorter than a goldfish.
I don't think I believe that.
So research shows that the average attention span has decreased by an average 12 minutes over the last 10 years. Today, the human attention span is shorter than a goldfish. Studies have even shown some links between device multitasking. For example, if you're scrolling through social media while watching TV, and declining attention spans.
I see what you were saying earlier. Well, I definitely believe that it probably has gotten lower or slower or whatever, but I don't know if I believe the goldfish.
Because we can't really...
Yeah.
All right. At least I don't know if we can read how a goldfish thinks.
Yeah, I mean, if you came over here and punched me in the face right now, I would remember it 5 minutes from now.
Well, yeah.
A goldfish will not remember that shit.
That's a
5 seconds from then.
That's a significant freaking thing, an event to happen for you.
But like you
got punched in the face.
You come up to their bowl and ding ding, and they're hey, you just go fucking swim away. But you come bang on my window.
No, hold on now. What if they're sitting there pondering? What just happened? They just swimming around like man, fucking. Oh my god, you piece of shit! I hate you.
You're welcome.
Fucking dad joke. Son of a bitch! I can't believe I didn't pick up on that immediately. What the fuck?
I couldn't help myself.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, so that was an interesting fact.
So they're sitting there pondering.
But they're saying it's a fact. So,
Who said that?
A scientist.
This just in from scientists.com.
That's a thing. Go look it up. Bet money is a thing.
Oh, man, that was good.
So dumb.
That's interesting, though. I definitely believe it's gotten slower, but I don't know if I believe the goldfish bit.
I mean, look at when people drive. I mean, nowadays I see so many people on their phones. Holy shite!
Oh yeah, I was driving fucking on the way here, and I saw a chick. She was, kind of her tires kept touching
forth.
my lane, and I'm like, and in her left hand, just at the window, phone, just like speakerphone. I'm like, dude, put it in your lap at least. Yeah. Like if you're gonna do speakerphone, you could do it in your lap. That'd be fine. What's the problem?
I mean, so for me, talking on the phone, not as big of a deal. It's still an issue, but it's not as big of a deal. It's these motherfuckers who are over here texting or looking at their freaking Instagram or whatever the fuck. Those people, those are the ones that you're just like, good.
Yeah, that I can't stand. Put the fucking phone down.
So, but that's
do it later.
Dude, that's attention span. Driving requires a lot of attention, a lot. And not enough people are doing it nowadays.
True that. I will not argue with you on that one.
Yeah, that means goldfish are better drivers. Bottom line.
I think that's a bit of a reach. I think you might dislocate your shoulder going for that one.
Too late. I've already done it 5 times.
Damn it. So actually, you know.
Actually, I think I'm on 7. I can't remember
7?
now. Jesus. Yeah. Oh, dude. Don't even get me started. All right. So, yeah. Fun fact. Episode 25. I already said that.
The season finally.
Okay, yeah. Season finally coming to an end. So we're gonna get to do something that I've been wanting to do since early on, and that is we're gonna be talking about conspiracies. Yeah. But we're not just gonna be talking about like, conspiracies that are real, I guess. Or I don't know if real is the right word. But like how people think conspiracies like, oh, there's certain people controlling the government, blah blah blah.
Space lizards, yeah.
Yeah, not those kind of conspiracies. We're gonna try to steer clear away from politics and shit like that because fuck politics.
Sure. Yeah, fair enough.
But we are gonna be talking about aliens.
Naturally,
definitely love the aliens conspiracies, which I don't even think is a conspiracy anyway.
Yeah, well,
I mean, there's no way.
The aliens themselves not being a conspiracy, but some of the other shit surrounding it.
Green, lanky.
Yeah, the little green men. Yeah, I mean, who's to say? But
who's to say? People.
But a lot of the crazy shit around it, there'll be conspiracy stuff.
So we're gonna be talking about that. What else are we gonna be talking about? Probably talking about some comic or some Marvel conspiracies.
Yeah, we'll have to
see.
I
mean, within the MCU stuff.
Kind of see where our Google Foo takes us.
Yeah, Google Foo. But yeah. So do you even believe in aliens?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you kind of be ridiculous not to.
How so?
I mean, it's pretty, well repeated from everyone, like the same thing, like, why do you think we're the one anomaly in the fucking universe?
Yeah.
Like, we're the one? We're the one out of how many, fucking billions and billions and quintillions, whatever the fuck? We're the one. No way.
No way.
No way.
Get real.
Get real.
Stupid. I hate when you said that the first time. I was like, I love that. Let's do that.
No way.
No way.
Get real.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense to me when people kind of discredit the whole alien thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of in a sense the same as like when people discredit like not necessarily religion, but the idea of like a god of some sort. It's like we don't know, so you can't say that it's not a thing.
Right. I mean,
there's just always that wonder.
Right. I mean, whether or not you believe in it or not, you can do that. You can say, I don't believe in that. But you can't say there is not or there is.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
There's no definitive.
No? Then maybe.
Yeah. Maybe you're right and I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right and you're wrong.
Both of us will find out in the end.
Yeah. Or not.
Or not. Or is it, just...
Or what if?
Simulation gets reset.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Or... I've always wondered that because, talking about death, that's not really like a fun thing for people to think about. But what if it's like the release? When you cross over, what do you cross over in?
Crossing over?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Jeez. What are you crossing over?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, what's the threshold you're passing through kind of thing?
Yeah. What does it go to? Is there an actual like other side to where you like know the truth of everything now and you're just kind of like, what? What?
And you can't tell nobody except people who already know that are up there too.
Maybe. Yeah, because they're all dead.
Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, there was.
And then what if the ghosts that are trapped down in Earth that are terrorizing people? They're the ones that were cast out because they were trying to tell those that weren't involved.
You're making your own conspiracy.
Oh shit!
Here it is.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
It's ready. Let's go. Let's go.
I would say there was a show. I think it only ran for one season. I forgot like what network. A while ago when we were still in school, called Life on Mars.
I think I do vaguely remember that.
I forgot the actor's name, but I know him if I see him. Anyway, but there was just a random line I still remember from that show. There are a couple the guy ends up traveling kind of back in time in some weird way back to the 70s as a cop, and back in the 2000s he had a Jeep.
Yeah.
And Jeeps didn't exist. They weren't civilian vehicles back in the 70s. There was an army vehicle, Jeep. And so when he goes back, he's like, some random cop's like, yeah, okay, buddy, and he's like, yeah, you see my Jeep? And he's like, what? How'd you get one of those? But anyway, the point fucking being, these two other detective dudes are in a van, kind of in a stakeout, you know, and they're just bullshitting, passing the time. And he asked one of I think the guy who played Scorpion in Goodfellas was in there.
Oh, okay.
That guy, I forgot that guy's name too.
For some reason, you said Scorpion. My mind did not go to Goodfellas. It went to fucking Mortal Kombat.
And then all of a sudden he's like, get over here! And then his head turned into a fucking skeleton. He started breathing fire.
Yeah. So, yeah, okay, Goodfellas, I got it.
Yeah, so that guy and someone else, they're sitting in a car or a van. And he's like, God, do you believe in God? Whatever, the other guy. He's like, yeah, I don't know, I guess so. He's like, I believe in heaven and hell. Okay, what is it? And he's like, I think heaven is a place where you get to do whatever the fuck you want. You get to drink all day, screw all day, smoke all day, whatever.
I think his version sounds like Valhalla.
He says in hell is just a big window you have to sit behind and watch what goes on in heaven.
Oh,
I was like, interesting. Yeah, I thought
it really does sound like Valhalla, though.
Right?
It's like sit, drink,
feast. They're probably
fornicate.
They're probably fucking up there.
Jeez,
that's not in the mythology, but what's happening. But then again,
it doesn't have to be implied at all. You just know. You just have to know. Yeah. It's the land of Vikings, dead Viking warriors that we were talking about.
which there are many.
So that brings up the whole talking about aliens. The old mythologies that we think about. Do you think aliens had some sort of play into them to where people, us, back in the day, came up with these crazy, insane stories
to try to justify what the fuck they're seeing?
Yeah.
Like that's how they get the idea for Zeus.
Yeah.
This all-knowing guy who could somehow just fucking chuck lightning at people. Yeah.
But he's how do we not know that was some type of alien being that was in the shape of a cloud, but it was it looked like it was throwing.
Yeah. It kind of goes back to I think, I don't know if I said it before about that's how the Norse mythology got the idea for the Bifrost, the Rainbow Bridge. Because they see the northern lights there and they're like, what? They look up and just see that, and put yourself way back in that time, way back then. How do you look up at that? These crazy rippling lights in the sky. How do you look up at that and not think there are gods?
Yeah.
Because you can't explain that. You look up at that, you're like, fucking magic.
It's and you want to talk about art. It's that's natural art.
Yeah. That's just crazy.
There has to be a mastermind behind the art.
Yeah.
Has to be.
I kind of like the same kind of scene, in I think season 5 or something of Vikings, when Floki and all them they go discover Iceland.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he's has that revelation that the gods are here because he's there at the waterfall. Oh shit!
There's that one woman shows up.
Yeah, and then there's a rainbow thing showing up, and he's like, "This is it, yeah." And we think about that, and we're like, idiot, But back then, you see that, and you're like, how does that happen?
Yeah.
You have no way to just, hang on, let me Google that real quick.
Snort. It's the snort for me.
Actually.
Yeah, there's just some things that are just unexplainable. And the fucking crazy thing is I just want to know. I know that, they say ignorance is bliss and whatever. It's but no, I like having a curious mind and finding out new ways to think.
Yeah, you always got to stay curious.
Always. And dude, but fuck, I want to figure it out. I want to know so bad.
Go back to saying things are unexplainable. I think of it more maybe they're explainable, not so much comprehensible.
Oh,
see what I'm
okay.
saying? Yeah. Yeah,
That's
someone could lay it out to you Barney style, and we're just like,
don't understand.
Can you please repeat that one more time?
Yeah.
Can you use that in the form of a sentence, please?
Can you give me the whole spelling,
In
please?
the form of a sentence?
I just fucking did.
I gave you multiple sentences. You stupid fuck, get out of here.
I'm fucking done with this case.
Bring the next caveman human in here, and they shuffle him in. What?
Dude, it's so crazy to think about. I think about this all the time, especially like at the job. You know, all I'm doing is driving a forklift around.
Yeah.
And they're slow as fuck. So you just be sitting there, getting to your next location, and just thinking. And I'm just like, man, I really do think like aliens are just fucking living among us, causing all types of fucking ruckus.
You think they're mischievous?
They could be.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, why not?
I wouldn't say
why wouldn't there be any mischievous?
Yeah, no, I was just saying, I'm sure if they're here, you know, that they'd be. I'm not saying just like us in the sense they'd act just like people, but there'd be different. You know,
we've talked about this theory before. They did say that human DNA was like founded on asteroids and stuff. Mm-hmm. The asteroid that hit the Earth to kill off the dinosaurs could have contained our DNA, and when it was spread over the world,
right. And that's why the dinosaurs had to go.
So, how do we know that same DNA couldn't have been hurled to another world, and then that somehow advanced into another, back into the alien thing?
And they just keep coming to check. How you doing over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Man, you guys still got a little way to go.
Do you think there's a master race?
I think if we were to encounter some kind of alien life, we would be shit out of luck. I think we would not stand a fucking chance if that was. Well, no,
there's no way. Like they definitely set
and they
us
would
straight.
definitely if there was some kind of like in terms of that quote unquote master race. I mean, we definitely, if there was that like a super advanced civilization that could just boop over here, like, yeah, dude, we're definitely subservient.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like they'd be, essentially the gods that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have heard those theories that like I think like Egyptian gods and shit too, like were like aliens and shit like that.
Yes, the Egyptian gods for sure.
I've heard. I don't know. I couldn't say anything specific, but I've heard like those kind of theories. Gods in general were like, well, what if that was aliens? And the people don't know how to comprehend it, even less, way less than we do, and we don't know shit.
Yeah.
But back then, there's like, he's a god. He's a fucking god. He's a fucking god.
He's a fucking god. Heck. Dude, I want to know. I want to know the secrets of the universe. Dude, I wish I was fucking smart. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not just curious, but smart. Intelligent enough to like be like, what does this mean? I'm going to figure this out. Start fucking writing on a whiteboard.
Next thing you know, you look like Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny. That picture where he's at there with the yarn and linking points together.
Or also the scene where was it Pacific Rim?
I haven't seen that.
The first one? Mm-mm. You haven't seen Pacific Rim? Mm-mm. Matthew?
Sorry, buddy.
You motherfucker. Dude, you need to watch that one.
I've heard it's good.
You don't do that. I fucking hate.
What? I heard it's good.
I heard it's good.
But I'm
not going to watch it.
But I never saw it.
I'm not going to watch it, but I heard it's good.
Yeah, I mean.
Dude.
Eventually.
Nah, you need to watch that. Don't eventually. It's been long overdue. You should.
I forgot about it, right?
Oh my god.
Did the second one come out already?
Yeah.
A while ago?
A long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Motherfucker, man. Yeah, well, anyways, there's a scene in there where he had basically linked his brain with one of the monster brains, and somehow they were able to see into each other's like secret shit, and he was kind of with the military, like deep into the military science division. Mm-hmm. And so he knew shit, and then the aliens were like reading his mind like, But then he in turn was reading their mind as well. It was a two-way street. And so he basically saw like things like how to defeat them or whatever. But there's like a scene where he's all fucking crazy, hair's all like fucking
right.
Like, dude, I figured it out. Like,
I've got it. Fucking when I first saw the trailer for that, I was like, sick, they're making a Gundam movie. All right. And then I went,
Gundam.
Oh, that's not Gundam.
Dude, he even has Jax from fucking Sons of Anarchy.
I remember.
Motherfucker.
I remember he was in there. Yeah.
I hate you.
And I remember the big robots are called Jaegers, right?
Yeah. It's like your classic modern day version of fuck, what do they call it in anime? A mech. Like a mecha.
They're fucking huge.
Yeah, or you basically like it's an anime about some people being able to control giant suits.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so that's what I think Pacific Rim was. Is basically like a live version of an anime that wasn't an anime, but it fucking worked as one.
I could see that.
Yeah, but damn.
Don't harumph.
I'm looking at you with so much discontent.
You're acting a lot like Freya right now.
Motherfucker. But yeah, I don't know, man. There's so much in this world,
and the other ones,
yeah,
and the rest of them.
I still wish I was smart enough to figure this shit out.
I mean, like
Do you think if you figured it all out, do you think you would look at the world the same? Do you think you'd have the same enjoyment?
You couldn't. There'd be no way.
No, you don't think so? Not even a little bit?
I don't think you could look at anything the same way. I don't know. I mean, who's to fucking say what you know?
Not even for like nostalgic purposes, like.
But like you know everything, so like I feel like that would have to like change you as a person. You know fucking everything. If you know everything, you're omnipotent. That's the word.
Yeah.
You're omnipotent. You know everything about everything. How do you go back to a 9 to 5 after that?
Because you know how fun certain things were.
Nah.
No, you wouldn't even go back to a regular 9 to 5 because you know what? You'd be so smart enough to figure out how not to do so.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But then like
I still think like you'd still remember how fun things were and how the feeling of that fun was. Because if you're all knowing, you would know. You would know what fun is.
Well, yeah. I mean, that kind of.
But again, if you're all knowing, I don't know. Actually,
if you're all knowing, then you know. Then you know. You know what? You know. You know. That's what you do. You know.
Jesus.
Everything.
And it's funny because if I said just now when I said Jesus, if you were like, no, I don't think he knows everything. He probably knows a good amount, but he don't know everything.
Just no.
I was like, no, I was saying as like the exclamation. Never mind.
It's the expression. But I mean, the thing is, like, if you became omnipotent, all-knowing like that, I think certain concepts like our made up version of time. That's our we made that.
The humans version.
We made
of
that.
time.
That would be like, what the fuck is even that? Shit like that. Shit like our money, our fucking commerce, whatever, everything would be like obsolete. I mean, like I said, who's to know what you're learning? So who can say for sure? But I feel like you couldn't just be like, all right, that'll be 365. Okay, thank you. Thank you for dining at Chili's.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Hi, welcome to Chili's. Do you want to know what the meaning of life is? No? Okay. Just me. Just keep that to myself.
I still want to know.
No, I mean, who doesn't?
Dumb people.
Yeah, they're content, so let them.
Whatever.
Leave them.
I had a conversation with a old coworker of mine, back when I was working at the movie theater, and we were talking about how he's like, I don't think you could believe in aliens, or if you believe in aliens, you can't believe in angels and demons. And I was like, I don't think that's true at all. I was like, I think they could be one and the same, but two different types of people with two different thoughts of, logical thought are seeing it from two different sides, but it's literally the same exact thing.
That's interesting because, like, say you have the two people from two totally different viewpoints. One person's raised more scientific, person's raised more religious.
Or creative.
Obviously, they're gonna see things totally differently.
Yeah.
As opposed to like one person might see, super intelligent, weird looking human type or alien kind of shit, and one person sees a fiery fucking demon.
Well, this goes back to the whole mythological, like biblical stuff with how angels looked.
Oh, like the Old Testament angels and shit? How they were,
like they weren't even recognizable as like a being that we've never even known.
They were like
how do we know that's not alien?
Yeah.
Like it was an actual alien that visited down, and people were like, oh my gosh, that's an angel.
That's an angel. Yep. I don't know what to call it, but yep, that's what it is.
Like, like we don't know that. That's sorry.
No, yeah, I mean, like,
I love conspiracy
like
stuff.
I said, especially you put yourself way back in those times.
You don't know what you were seeing.
You had no fucking idea. Something pops up, you.
Nowadays, like if you don't know what you saw, you go look it up.
Yeah.
Now, back then, you didn't have Google.
You had to go. I don't know.
You had to be and try to like come up with something like, dude, I was just visited by some, I don't know, magical beast that just came from the sky. That's making him an angel. He's an angel.
He's an angel. He came from up top. So that's where God. Yep, that's what it is. Angels. Yep.
But the same person on the other spectrum would have been like, that's a fucking alien.
That's a fucking alien.
I know an alien when I see him.
Damn outer space aliens. Because they're definitely had like old hick accents and like like year 400 Greece scientists. Or something.
Yeah, of course.
Year 400 Greece is like, God damn, did you see that alien? Norman Jean.
Wow, but damn.
Norman Jean, give me my shotgun. I make myself laugh too much.
Yeah, you think? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I would think that it's possible that aliens and angels could be one and the same.
I could see that viewpoint, yeah.
And then as for demons,
I guess it all just depends on the experience you had. Who knows,
Can you imagine like if you were at an actual exorcist?
Like at an exorcism, you mean?
Yes.
I don't know. If you were offered, would you sit in on one?
No.
No, I don't think I would either.
No.
It'd be tough. Like part of you wants to because there's that morbid curiosity. Part of you wants to.
Which is the human side, but / like very sinful. Like you shouldn't be having those types of thoughts at all.
Yeah.
But again, we're human. We have both sides, good and bad, and that bad is like, I've seen these in movies, but like, what's it like?
Yeah. I remember.
I'm like feeling a little heavy right now. I'm like, oh goodness.
I remember a buddy of mine from the Army told me that he had this who, like I said, who knows if it's a legit story, but it's a good story. I say with a lot of stories, who knows if it's legit, but it's a good story. He had this like substitute teacher that ever came by, or just a teacher, I forgot, either one. Anyway, he said I forgot why it was part of a study or something, but he and a couple other people sat in on an exorcism. And he said, and people were like, well, what was it like? He said, I can't tell you anything really. But like he said, I will tell you, like it was like 5 hours of pure violence. And you're like, wow. Just those few words, 5 hours of pure violence. Really fucking paints a picture for you, doesn't it?
And even then it doesn't at the same time.
It does.
Because you can't imagine what pure violence really looks like.
Spooky.
Because you see it on people say, oh, movies this, video games that, violence. I'm like, no. If you were to go through something like that with your own eyes, visibly seeing something like
your
that,
own senses, your touch, your sight, your sound, everything,
your experience and all, you will never be able to get that. Oh God,
yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, no, that'd be intense. That'd be a tough one because you
ultimately, I think ultimately I couldn't.
Yeah, I don't know if I would either.
But then that brings up the whole thing of like, do you believe in the afterlife? Yeah, because if some will say if you believe in the afterlife, or if you believe in ghosts, and all that, ghosts, spirits of any kind, that you believe in the afterlife, because that means, their physical form has died, but their soul is somewhere.
Yeah, but I mean, sorry, but then there's
God damn it.
There's a lot of those like I don't know, a lot of like biblical stories and shit about demons that are just demons. They were not people,
They weren't even like
the
shape of a
they're
human.
not people. They're a fucking demon. So like, there's that. But then you think like, well, where do they come from?
Yeah, they're aliens too.
Yeah, everything's aliens.
You don't know.
I don't.
We don't.
I don't know nothing.
That's that.
Well, let's see. What else? What else? What other kind of conspiracies can we dig up?
I got quite a few. You want?
Yeah, let's see. What you got?
Let's see.
Aliens are. We could do a whole the next season on aliens, but they're out there.
How do you know?
I like that random picture of that UFO just.
Do you want to see a UFO? I think I would. Because then that would make me feel like I'm not dumb enough to be like,
again,
they're out there.
That kind of goes back to that sort of morbid curiosity. Like, I want to, but then I don't. Because no one will believe you. Or at least the number of people that believe you versus the number of people that don't will be very imbalanced. Because that's why a lot of people don't even come forward with like alien sightings. Because like, no one's gonna fucking believe me. They're gonna think I'm crazy. I'm gonna get fired.
That's kind of the same way with the whole demon shit. When people are like, I think
he's possessed.
I think my son or daughter or whatever the fuck is possessed by a demon. Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah. I mean, I think
those people are one and the same. They just don't know it. I'm telling you.
I mean, I think a lot of that shit can mostly be kind of chalked up to like certain mental illness and shit, but then there's some shit you just can't explain. There's some shit you just can't explain at all. Like, like those, like you hear those exorcism videos. I forgot her name, like Annalise Michelle, I think, German chick.
I thought you were gonna bring up Emily Rose.
No, she's not real, is she?
I thought she was.
It might have been based off a real one, but I don't know if that was her name. I think that might have been the one I'm talking about. Annalise Michelle was maybe based off her. I might be wrong. But anyway, I was telling you about it a while ago because I listened to another podcast about it. And like this German girl who all of a sudden starts speaking like other languages, who's never left Germany her whole life.
Oh, yeah.
Starts speaking. So like I said, I think a lot of that shit, like, and from what you learn about her case, she did have a lot of she was pretty fucked up.
Right.
Not like she was
not
like she was a shitty person, but yeah, she had issues.
Yeah.
Like in like a lot of those, you can kind of point at that. Oh, well, look, this is what happened. So clearly he was mentally ill. Yeah, I'm sure that's a part of it. But then it kind of goes into people are like, oh, well, pretty convenient that the demons always target these super, mentally ill people. I'll be like, yeah, because it's easy.
Yeah, they're weak. They can't fight back as much.
Think about
They already think they're going crazy,
just to literally play devil's advocate because it's easy. Yeah,
which is super into the whole dynamic of what demons are.
Mm-hmm.
So they're mischievous, fucked up creatures that will prey on the weak.
And from what like we quote unquote know about it is like it's a process. It's not just like, hey, look, I'm normal, can't possessed.
Oh yeah,
and like with that Annalise Michelle,
time.
like they kind of were telling stories like majority was just possessed and it was a fucking nightmare, but then she'd have like flashes of like normalcy. Because like she wouldn't eat anything that wasn't like her own shit or something, and like when she was only like she was like licking her own like
what the fuck?
Like piss off the ground and shit. When she was all possessed, she's like licking it off the ground, and then she would like snap back to normal and like just real quick like fucking shovel food down, drink water, and then like okay back into it, And this was like years.
Jesus.
So that's what like kind of you see like the movie. I mean, granted it's a movie; they can't really show it to you like that. It happens over like an hour, but like in these stories, it's like years of them dealing with this bullshit. And she's like just screaming and praying like in the night, like all night. Like
that's so terrifying.
Yeah. So I've always had a soft spot, like a special like spot for the possession shit because it's always scared me.
Yeah,
and like my dad, who's
can you imagine experiencing that?
Like I've tried to, and then I just like I don't want to. Like I immediately go, I don't want to. Nah, I'm gonna stop thinking about that.
That's why I do it. Oh, whenever I know people that want to pull out a fucking Ouija board, motherfuckers, man.
No fucking way. No way.
They're like, dude, it's not even gonna work. I'm like, I don't even want to fucking find out.
Yeah, maybe not. Why take the risk?
Yeah. You know how you eliminate the problem? You don't fucking deal with it.
You just don't do it. It's not that hard.
Yeah. But no, they're like, oh, we're gonna find out. Okay, you have fun with that.
Dude. Yeah. No, that's just asking for it. And anybody who's anybody, I mean, like, granted, a lot of people don't take these super spiritual people too seriously, but anybody who's anybody has to do anything spiritual will tell you that's a fucking bad idea.
Yeah.
And if they don't, be concerned, because maybe they did it and now they're possessed. They're fucking demon.
Fuck. Yeah, that shit's always scared. I mean, whenever we go watch scary movies, dude, and for some odd reason, we always are doing the fucking demonic shit. Like, remember Sinister? Dude,
that shit was. I remember me and you walked out of that movie, and I was like, that shit was unsettling. Like,
yeah,
it wasn't so terrifying. It was just really fucking unsettling. The whole time I felt really like I was shifting. I was
like unnerved, like
you're constantly feel like maybe like the hair on the back of your neck standing up, so like somebody's behind you, or you just can't. You feel like something.
I forget when did that come out? Like 2011.
Honestly, I was gonna say 11. Yeah, maybe something like that.
Did we try to spend the night at someone's house?
I can't remember.
I feel like we did, but I don't remember. I know we did with way back when at the Paranormal.
Because that shit was crazy because they had the creepy old like camera footage and this like record playing like in reverse. It was they
it was the audio too.
They pieced that together beautifully.
Well, it's like not Sinister, but Insidious.
Dude, I just rewatched the first two when we were in Disneyland. When we came back each night, we watched the first one the first night, second one the second night.
Very interesting to go to the
fucking
happiest place.
Scary. I remember the first one being like my impression of the three was I was like, first one was all right, not too scary. Second one, it was pretty good.
Yeah. And
then the third one, I was like, that was scary as fuck. But I watched the first one and I was like, damn, this is fucking scary. And the second one, I was like, damn, it's so scary. Because they do a lot of it's that jerky kind of movement, and like they'll like stop and super quick, and then like, ugh. It's that unnerving.
The one thing I liked about those movies was, I'm an audiophile, so definitely the sound, especially with the theremin or whatever that machine is, where you can control the frequency and it with how close your hand is. You've never seen that? I think it's called a theremin. But oh my god, I gotta sneeze. I'm trying to fight it.
Don't fight it, just do it.
No. That's how I sneeze.
I know, I heard it.
Oh shit.
Yours is more like a earlier.
No. Instrument. Yeah, so a theremin.
Excuse me.
So this little pole right here,
antenna.
For some, it's like a little coil or something. It doesn't look like that all the time, but you basically would hold your hand a certain distance away from it, and it would create a certain. So they use that in Insidious.
Did they?
Yeah, for the soundtrack.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I get what you're saying now. Yeah, the sound in that was creepy as hell. That Darth Maul motherfucker, man.
Oh yeah, when he showed up behind the.
Because that shit was in the daytime. That was the thing. Like, I remember I saw a post about this recently. They're like, yo, Insidious was crazy as hell because up until this point, daytime was safe in movies. And then, bam! And you're like, wow! He's fucking right there! Oh my God. I got chills right now just thinking about it.
What they call him, Darth Maul's cracked out cousin.
That's what he fucking looked like. That dude, man.
But those movies are sick. But Sinister was just like, yeah, it was unsettling. The sound from the old film.
And it's like playing, the record's like playing backwards.
Yeah.
I
still remember, this is a fun fact. I'm not sure if you actually knew this, or I think I may have told you way back when. The Paranormal Activity, remember? Mm-hmm. Remember how terrified we were after that movie?
Oh, dude, I was scared as fuck.
Did you know how much that movie cost?
I think you told me this. Yeah, tell me.
It cost $15,000 to make.
I was going to guess
15. You know how much they grossed?
How much?
$9 million.
That is a profit.
That is a massive win.
That is a profit.
I could have taken that, gone and lived in like a small place and lived out the rest of my life.
And be like, I'm good. Thank you.
I would have been chill, honestly.
I'm done.
I don't do much often.
Yeah.
So
sounds good to me.
And it's like, if I only got to work for my money, what the fuck do I got? But, yeah. And that movie only cost $15,000 and it was scary as fuck.
Super scary. I still remember.
Got dragged out of the fucking bed.
I was just going to bring up that part. I remember that scream.
Blood curdling. Just. I'm like,
dude, I got chills kind of ran down my back when I thought about it just now.
It was terrifying.
That scream. That was what got me. I remember, like, I looked up at you. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, man. During that part, I was like, bro, hold my hand. I don't give a fuck. I'll say it.
Yeah.
It scared the shit out of me.
Another one that scared the shit out of us was Mirrors.
And you know where we watched it at our buddy Sean's house?
Yeah.
Nothing but mirrors in that motherfucker's house.
Everything had a reflection.
You become hyper aware of reflective surfaces after watching that movie.
You're like double checking, making sure that shit ain't
doorknobs.
Fucking, like, staring at you.
They did that in the movie too. Doorknobs, nope.
It's a no-go. If I don't see you, you can't see me.
Oh, man. And that was the worst because Sean had those big fucking glass doors out to his backyard that was just black.
Oh, yeah.
And there was no curtain. We just
nope. We were all like, we were all on the couch, just like,
everybody's staring at it, just like into the darkness. Just
the one scene with the chick in the bathtub.
Oh my God!
I rewatched that movie.
You know what's funny? You said that. I looked up and I see that guy.
he saw Brooke from One Piece.
Just with his big ass mouth.
Yeah.
Fitting.
So during Halloween or during the month of October, I do this fun little thing where each night I watch a different scary film. Now, whether it be a classic, a new film, or like one of the one shot scary films, right? Well, I thought I'd change it up a little bit, and I had my sister make the list for me.
Oh, you told me about that, yeah.
She put Mirrors on that fucking list. And I was like, I have not watched this movie since that night.
I don't want to watch that.
Literally, I had not, prior to me watching it this past year, I have not watched that movie since, was it 2009? When it came out?
Yeah, something around there.
I
haven't seen it since then either.
But I hadn't seen it since then.
Me either.
When I rewatched it, it was still very unsettling.
And the ending is great.
And I tried to watch the scene too, and I was like disgusted. I felt nauseous. And I don't feel that way during movies most of the time.
Oh man, that shit.
But for some reason, when it had something to do with the jaw, it was so just. The last time we watched it too, we didn't watch that scene.
Oh, I remember. I turned my head away from.
I buried my face into the couch pillow.
Yeah, I was like, and I peeked, and you were like, "Matt, is it over?" And I peeked. Oh no, hell no, it's not over.
Even though he said no too, I looked and I saw the fucking end result of the jaw, and I was like,
no, it's not over. No, it's not over.
Yeah, with so many movies about demons and shit, I don't understand how they're still skeptics and saying that shit not real.
Well, I mean, there's always going to be skeptics.
There has to be some truth to these stories that have been told in the past.
Yeah.
some truth.
And I mean, I buy into a lot of it, which I guess maybe says something about me that some people would say.
What do you mean buy into it a lot?
Like, I buy into a lot of these stories, you know? Like possession stories, whatever kind of shit like that. But then again, I do now, instead of just going like, oh, damn, that's crazy. I do try now to think about it, and like I'll like get the whole story and kind of be like, okay.
You try to get like a logical sense out of it.
Yeah, but I'm not like, so I guess I'm a little more skeptical, but I do mostly like buy into it. I'm like, ooh, I want to hear about that. But then I'll kind of decide for myself whether or not I believe it. You know, this particular example.
Yeah.
Not as a whole. As a whole, I'd say yeah, I believe in it. But yeah, like in certain time, like certain like stories, like you'll hear, like I forgot who, but like, you know, I hear some other possession story, and like sometimes I go, maybe there's something, but mostly I think she was fucking crazy. You know?
We'll never know. Time travel, that will never be a thing. I don't think it will work like how people think it would.
And I don't think it should be.
No,
it's a cool idea, but that would be a bad idea. I mean, I don't know about
as far as we know, but that all those, you know, thoughts of like what time travel could be, that's all theory. There's no way anyone can prove it.
Yeah, no.
Unless we do it, and we can't, because it's not possible.
There is that sort of conspiracy out there of it's a picture of JFK. I forgot where and I forgot what year, but there's the random guy in the crowd, black and white picture. He's wearing pretty modern looking clothes. Everybody's all suited up, you know, in like, you know, 60s. And this dude's modern. He's got fucking cool like sunglasses on. He's got a fucking like, looks like a phone or some kind of shit in his hand. And they're like, "What's this motherfucker doing?"
It kind of goes into it kind of goes into the thing of, you know, what can you believe, or what, you know, what you see on the internet now. What can you believe? Anything can be edited. Yeah. Anything. It does not matter to security. There are people that know certain coding that can take down a security wall quick. How do we know anything is fucking real?
Well, I mean, when you put it that way, I guess we don't.
That's the fucking nuts part about it. That makes you like that. That's made me question a lot of shit. Like, I'd just be sitting there, like, and again, back to my forklift driving. I'll be just sitting there, just fucking do. Oh fuck!
Life is a lie.
Yeah, life is a lie. Nothing is real.
Nothing is real.
It sounds like a heavy metal song.
Life is a lie.
Nothing is real.
Anyway, that's enough of that.
Anyway, so I kind of wanted to talk about one more thing. It kind of just popped up in my head.
Okay.
I was thinking about the movie Inception.
Okay.
Right? Dreams.
It's been a while since I've seen it, so bear with me. But yeah.
I'm not going to go so much into the movie, but just the idea of dreams. And how do you think it's possible that your dreams are like breaches through, you know, parallel universes, and you can see through the eyes of your other self?
So you think like your dreams are you peeking into another version of yourself
in a parallel universe,
separate universe, in a parallel universe?
I don't know if you've ever given that type of thought.
I've heard that kind of sort of theory, like that our dreams are some kind of memories that we haven't had, but somebody has, or some kind of shit.
And the only reason why you have those memories or those things is because every time you've died, your soul has actually gotten passed down, rather than your just turn. Like straight up.
You're up, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it.
I got bad fucking thinking over here. Like, fuck, I've never really thought about this too much.
Other versions of me have gotten up to some weird shit.
But in their universe, it's totally normal.
I was to say, you know, I've had some. You ever had those dreams that, like, I know you have, but that just feel super real?
Oh, absolutely.
Even if it's a real fantastical kind of out there dream, feels crazy.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I remember I had one. I don't know what the fuck was like I was playing or doing or watching at the time. I don't think I was doing anything that was like influencing my mind too much, probably. But I remember, like, I think I was with you at the mall.
In the dream?
Yeah, at the mall. I think I was with you. and basically the world's ending, like right now. Starting now, go.
Oh, you wanted me to be your end of the world partner?
We got separated immediately.
Oh, fuck.
Immediately. Shit. And then, I don't know, it was kind of like I'm running around, I'm fucking, it's like big, gigantic, like Gears of War looking monsters, like fucking, like Godzilla size, like.
Oh, what the fuck?
And I'm like, oh, we are so fucked. And then, like, next thing I know, it's like, I don't know if it's been like in the future.
Wait a minute. How long ago did you have these dreams?
This was, I think, in high school-ish, or maybe right after.
Oh my fucking God, Matt.
Around that time.
I'm sorry, excuse my language, but I was having those types of dreams too.
Oh no. Oh no.
Dude. But like that's because like I was thinking like Gears of War. Like we would always talk about Gears of War. We always do those like fucking role-playing games where we'd be out there with your airsoft guns. And it would just be like pretending we're in a zombie apocalypse or some type of like yeah. You remember like we always had that dream.
Yeah.
Both daydream and then like I guess now actual dream.
I was to say, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm sure my mind was influenced by something I was playing or watching or doing.
Gears of War.
I don't think it was Gears of War at the time because it was a bit after that, but who knows? I don't know. But anyway, like, and then I remember like fast forward to the future or something, and I'm like driving in my car and like the world's fucked. Like buildings are.
Oh, I'll top it over.
And I'm like driving
trees growing on.
It's like and I'm like driving through kind of buildings, you know, like it's that fucked up. I'm driving.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay.
And like I remember, I think like in my brain, I'm like, all right, I gotta find people. I gotta find like my parents. I gotta find everybody. You know? And then I just like break down. In the dream, I just like stop. I'm in like the middle of this fucking like office building in my old Mitsubishi Montero, if you remember.
Oh wow.
Yeah. In that car, and I'm like, and I just like break down. I'm just like on the steering wheel, just like crying, like I don't know what to do. And I remember it's so weird. And like I've never been like super religious. I kind of think of myself more these days a little more agnostic than anything.
Yeah, I like to think. I know a comedian that made fun of that agnostic idea.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I kind of.
But no, you go ahead.
I guess I just kind of like the thought. I kind of just like the thought of, hey man, like whatever you do believe, I like to think it's there for you. Yeah. You know, like whatever you want. But I remember I'm just like sitting there. I didn't look up because I was just like had my head in the steering wheel the whole time. I don't know what to do. And I remember I could just like feel and kind of see this like super like bright like light. And it's just like
shine on you.
Just like it was like almost golden, you could say, just like and I didn't really open my eyes. I didn't look. And it's just this voice was like, it's all right, you know, like it's gonna be okay. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right.
So your parallel self got to experience
the end of the world.
The end of the world, but the light of God.
That's wow. That's something.
Fuck.
You sure picked a good time to show up. It's a little late.
He's like, what do you mean? You're supposed to be the new Adam.
What? Is Eve hot?
is Eve hot?
Get the fuck out of here.
But if you just be like, is Eve hot? Fuck yeah, she is. Yo,
my boy.
My man.
God goes, get the blink. Just flicks the car. But yeah, that was a dream that stuck with me. I remember I woke up, like even though I was like, someone was trying to calm me down in the dream, I woke up like fucking super stressed out. I'm in the house by myself. I was like, what am I gonna?
I've had some. Have you ever had those real dreams where there were terrors, night terrors?
So I've never experienced like actual night terrors where you're like get kind of frozen, locked up like that, right?
That's more of
sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis, like it's like you're locked in REM sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So your body's like
your brain's kicked on before the rest of your body has, basically.
Essentially.
Yeah.
But night terrors are just like nightmares. But you know how nightmares you kind of like can distinguish that okay, this is a dream. Like you can get past it. Night terrors are more or less just an extreme version of that to where you think it's real. Absolutely real. Yeah. And then you wake up out of it. Like if you were to get woken up out of it, you were just like sweating like crazy, just fucking hyperventilating. And you're just like where am I? Yeah. So I get those.
I think in that case, yeah.
Probably. And I've had some really bad ones, and like not like real, situations. Like I've had some that were like zombies, right?
Yeah.
But it was real in the dream. And I remember it was me, I think my dad. No, it was me, my mom, and then I think you, and then my one of the sisters. And then we got separated from dad and the other sister. And you guys had gotten at one point you guys had gotten captured by the zombies.
Oh, zombies, right?
Yeah. And or like not captured, but you were stuck. You were in a position where you couldn't
these
escape.
are some well-organized zombies.
Yeah, I know. They go over. You got spyglasses.
They got it going on.
No, you guys were just cornered in certain situations, and there was like no way for me to help. And at some point, like each of you started falling out of your positions and just torn to shreds, and I could see it with my eyes.
Jeez, yeah.
And I was so distraught and so just panicking that I went like whatever version of me was in that universe went running straight into the crowd and just slaying zombies as much as I can. But then it started slowing down because it started getting denser. Oof. And then they started like grabbing me and biting me and ripping me apart. And that's when I woke up. And I was like, did that parallel universe of me just fucking die?
Did I just see him die? Just now?
But it was so real. It felt so like...
Yeah. It's hard to not think there's something to that, you know? Then again, that kind of goes to our nature. You know, we want there to be a meaning to everything, you know?
There has to be.
While I'm not saying there is not a meaning for everything, but like we always will look for one.
But there has to be, right?
I like to think there is, but like I said, that goes to our nature. We're going to try to find one. We're going to try to make one if we can't find one.
Dude.
But that's crazy to think about. Those other, like, say all those are different versions of you. And say that one you saw of you just died then. Or say that was a memory from a version of you from a long time ago that you just unlocked.
Yeah, you know what I hate is when there's parallel universes of me getting busy and I'm just like...
What about me?
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about their love life. I want more.
Me, number 375, is doing fine. I'm talking about me.
Yeah, those ones could get fucked. Wait.
Well, they already did.
Shut up.
They already did. Hey.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo, bada bing. Yeah.
Don't forget to tip your waitress.
Fucking, I was to say, in terms of those kind of night terror types, I guess I had a couple. At least that I can think of. I remember like a big one.
I have a consistent one, yeah.
Oh, it's a recurring one? Mm-hmm. That's terrifying. That's even scarier.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it, but go ahead.
But like there's like, I remember, I don't know if I've told you about this one. Maybe. I think I told you about the first house I lived in El Paso was pretty fucking spooky. It was weird. Yeah. It was built in the 70s, old house. Cool house. Very weird. Like I remember the realtor
especially when you're kind of like out in nowhere. In a sense.
Yeah, I mean, it was our first week or two in El Paso, and me and my buddy were going to check out this house that we're going to rent because his wife's about to come down. Right. All that shit. And so me and him are looking at it, and like, it's a super weird house. Super weird, but cool. We dug it a lot. But then, like, she's like, yeah, look here. In this bookshelf on the very back of the hallway, there was like, yeah, scoot this aside. There's a fucking keyhole. You open it. Big old gun safe they had hidden behind a bookshelf. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. And, I think I had dreams in that house a lot. And I heard a lot of shit in that house when I was by myself.
That's never fun, because you never know if you're like, oh, did my mind just make that up?
Did I hear that? Did I not?
Or did I actually fucking hear?
But when you have the dog with you, I know it's legit. Because
when they perk up?
I had my buddy's little dog. I remember, this is different than the story I was about to tell you. But she's sitting there, little like Chiweenie dog. She's laying there. Curled up, I'm like playing Skyrim. Fucking everybody's gone at work, nighttime, whatever. Yeah. And like I can hear the of a doorknob click kind of being turned, and the like of a door like just opened. And I heard that, and I paused it. I listened. I looked down at the dog. Dog was looking back up at me. You heard that shit? And I went, because I really didn't want her to be looking at me, because I was like, did she hear that? And she's like, Mm-hmm. And I remember I just kind of went to the hallway, peeked out, looked around. Nope. And I just shut the door, and I kept playing, and I kept hearing a couple different things throughout, and I was like, mm-mm. Just kept playing. Nope.
It's the best thing you do is ignore it.
Just kept playing. Not today, Satan. Not today.
That's so terrifying. Holy shit.
But I remember
shit breaks.
the dream I had there. In this dream I had while I was in the house. In the dream I was inside the house, which is bad news, I think, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I was in that sort of dark. I always call it the Upside Down from Insidious because it's from Stranger Things, you know.
Yeah.
But when you're in that sort of that sleepwalker world, whatever the fuck they're in, right?
Yeah.
What's astral projection? That's what she called it.
Yeah.
Which is a thing, but
you sure?
I've heard about that, and
it didn't sound confident.
No,
which is a thing.
A thing that I've heard about. It's kind of I'm not too sure I buy into that, but anyway, there's a in the dream I'm in the house and it's super dark, like just like Insidious, like that. Super dark, like, and it's like almost kind of that smoky dark, you know, super oppressive dark, like it's just
yeah.
And I remember in the dream, I'm in the living room we had. There's like these two kind of wooden glass doors that would open. It was a super big living room with like a little serving window from the kitchen out here.
Right.
It's kind of cool. So there's little quirks about the house we liked, and then there was the big double doors led out to from the living room into the dining room, whatever.
Oh, nice.
All that shit. So yeah. So in the dream, I'm in the couch right there. Those double doors are like right next to me, and I'm sitting there, and every time I like look up, and in the corner, I can't make out anybody. But there's just like it's like I told you how dark it is. It's extra dark. And somehow, like, you know, you can't get blacker than black, right? It's blacker than black in that corner.
It's like deep void space.
And
black.
like I could maybe make out kind of like shoulders and a head, but that was it. And like I remember in the dream, like it was weird. I would pass out in the dream. In the dream, I woke up, saw that, and like passed out. Like I was fucking terrified. So terrified, I just like passed back out. I did that like twice until like the third time, because I know me personally, when I get really scared, I also get really mad. That's my like sort of fight or flight instinct, I guess, because I get mad and I'm like, no, fuck that.
And you're probably getting mad because you're like, I'm not gonna be a bitch.
Yeah, because I'm mad. You can't fucking scare me like that.
You just made me You just made me pee my pants.
Because then I'll get mad because I'll hear something scary and like you freeze, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, you gotta do something. You gotta move. You gotta do something. And so I get mad and frustrated that I'm so fucking scared. And like I wake up and this motherfucker's there, and I fucking was screaming and running at it in the dream. I just said fuck it and just screamed and started running at it.
Yeah.
And that's when like my ex like hey like woke me up, and I what? She's like, you were just fucking screaming like in your sleep a lot. She's like you were just like fuck. Woke me up.
Hell no, I won't go.
But it's funny. I woke up from that dream. I was kind of all right. I woke up like, huh? Oh, yeah, it was my dream. But in the dream, I was not having a good time.
Yeah, I had so my recurring dream that I was telling you about, it always starts me off in like the end of this hallway, right? Yeah. And now imagine this hallway about 20 feet long. Maybe, actually, no, I would say 40 feet long. Yeah.
Even
it's a
scarier.
long hallway.
That's some The Shining kind of shit.
There's timber all throughout the thing, like wood, like plywoods, just like it's being a built up.
Oh, okay. It's a little it's still being built, like in construction.
Almost, yeah.
Okay.
But like it's more or less it was being built, and then they abandoned the construction of it, and everything just started falling apart.
Okay.
Think of it like that.
More of a condemned type of building.
Yes.
Gotcha. Never a good setting.
No.
Never a good setting to be in.
Red lights.
Oh, fuck. Come on, bro.
So you got a picture of it right now, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm at the end of this hallway, and I hear whimpering at the very end.
No.
Now, I have no way out. There's no door behind me. There's no windows all throughout this hallway. Just the red light, and so it's almost like I have to go.
What kind of whimpering? Like human?
Like human whimpering, like crying, and stuff like that.
Bro, you're getting me shook right now. Keep going.
Bro. So I'm walking down the hallway, ducking underneath, in between, and the wood's creaking underneath my feet.
Naturally,
I go,
it adds character.
I try to walk towards the edge
to
so
stop
there's
the
less creaking. and I turn the corner, and this is what fucks me up.
There's
dude.
a corner.
Oh yeah, so like the hallway comes into a giant room.
Okay.
Or not a giant room, just like a room maybe about half the size of mine.
Okay.
On the wall, chained up.
So you've been in you've seen what's behind the door?
Yes.
Oh fuck.
Well, I've seen, or around the corner. I've seen what's around the
You haven't
corner.
seen what's behind the door yet?
There's no door.
I thought you said
no.
Okay, so this is the whimpering you heard. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So around the corner. Okay. So I see what's around the corner, and it's my family.
Oh shit.
On the wall, chained up. You know, some members are dead already, with their guts out.
They've been fucking gutted, huh?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then it was, I think, my sister, and she had just been, so she's kind of like, you know, dying out, and I'm like, dude, this is a recurring dream.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I'm not even say dream, recurring nightmare.
Yeah, definitely.
That I don't know what, you know how like you were saying how we try to find meaning in things. What the fuck does that mean?
I mean, if I had to look into that and kind of armchair psychology, I'd say that has a lot to do with the fear of losing your family as a whole. That's kind of pretty low hanging fruit for me to say that.
Yeah,
but for sure that has something to do with it. I would say
has something to do with it, but like
that's one of your biggest
settings
fears
of it, like the chaining up against the wall, like, and then. So I'm, you know, hysterical in the dream, and I turn around, and there's this dude hooded up.
Oh, jeez. Like an executioner fucking hood?
Yeah, like an executioner hood.
Oh,
kind of head tilted down to the right and just like hanging there. He's looking at you.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. Big dude, about 6'5", 6'6".
Cocksucker.
Big old 300-pound, like, but he's like a lumberjack husky. Not like jacked. But he's just like this big old dude. And he's sitting there and he has a fucking sickle in his fucking hand. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what do I do? I can't do anything. And then it ends. That's where it ends. That's the entire dream. And it takes all of, you know, in dream time, it would take all of 20 minutes.
Right.
You know, naturally, it'd probably be like, you know, a quarter of a second. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
Dreams work like that in such a weird way.
Yeah, like a 20-minute dream's like,
yeah. You ever had a dream where you like felt like you lived a whole week in?
Yeah, kind of some shit like that. Yeah.
I've had dreams like that where I've lived multiple days in this dream, but for a fact that it was only in like the last 10 minutes of your fucking.
Dude. I had a thing, and it hasn't happened in a while. I haven't been remembering dreams for like, I don't know, a while lately. But there was a thing that was happening to me for a little while where my dreams would go through, play their order of events, and then fucking rewind. And shit would happen like, I mean, it wouldn't be like I would see it rewind, but it would happen and shit would end, and then like it would start over, and I was like, what? I mean, I'm not like, I guess I'm kind of aware that it restarted, but that was about it.
Okay.
And then it would go through and kind of something different would happen. So that was the thing that happened to me for a little while, and I would wake up going, what the fuck? No. My dad had those, he told me about a dream he had where he like woke up in the dream and was not awake, you know? He like, cause he had I remember he told me he was having a dream. I think he might have watched The Exorcist or something around this time. So this is kind of what got to him. But I think I remember him, like looking over in bed, and he's telling me like, yeah, there's the Exorcist chick face just looking at me. He looked over, saw her in bed, and he's just like, oh, and just turned his head and kept looking. He's like, just don't. He's like, and then all of a sudden in the dream, that face is now oh, I got chills talking about that just now. And then I think I remember him like waking up. He's like, fuck. He like sits awake, and then in the dream, like he wakes up. And like the bed starts shaking after he wakes up. He's like, I'm not awake.
Oh, he woke up. Oh, okay. I know what you mean.
Like he woke. He thought he woke up, but he was still fucking dreaming.
I've had those. I've had those too.
That shit's scary.
Yeah.
Because you don't think, you're like, how am I? I'm stuck.
It's almost like the dream you, or the parallel universe you experience their dream. Bro, Inception.
In a dream within a dream. There was one other. This is a quick one. I remember I had a spooky one. This one actually fucked me up after I got woken up. Because I was woken up and told I was sounding like I was kind of crying in my sleep. But this dream...
I don't know.
This dream, it was wherever I went. I was in a big crowd of people. I was at a park somewhere. Wherever I went, in the dream, I would just kind of wake up almost in a new setting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember I was in a big crowd of people, and I would just, like, look over, and there was this mean-looking old lady. Mean look. Like, she's, like, not an, like, you know, like, evil-looking old lady.
Yeah.
And everywhere I was, I'd look over, and she's just slowly coming right towards me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Get out of there. Next thing I know, I'm, like, at the park, like I said, look over. Come, there, she's coming. And then, like, I remember eventually I'm back at my house in Newark there.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, and you know my screen door to the walkway, whatever that was out there?
Right, yeah.
I turn, and I'm looking out the screen door, and she's coming up to the front door. And at that point, I'm yelling out the door, what the fuck, dude, what? You know, yelling at her and shit in the dream. Just coming. And I'm like, there's some psychology behind that, but I don't know what it is.
You're scared of old age.
I was going to say either old age or death. Like, it's like I said, she never got to me, but she's coming.
But she'll get there.
She's coming.
Eventually.
And, like, she got closer and closer.
I feel like that'd be an interesting way of thinking. Like, you're afraid of old age coming to you fast. Like, you're afraid of time, just like you blink and all of a sudden 30 years later, and you're like, wait, what the fuck? I have a wife, 2 kids, a dog named Pussy. I don't know. Just do the opposite of what the dog is. So you do a cat. But yeah, and then you're just like, where did that time go?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I definitely worry about that. You know, like looking back and like, what happened?
Do you think this is an interesting thought. Do you think the scientists, the great minds of the world, you know, and I mean the actual great minds, the ones that
like me. Yeah, no, I got you. Keep going. It's how pretentious.
But those kinds of people, do you think that they dream like that? And do you think that they ponder on it?
Like what, the people who have like a firmer grasp on everything, I guess, than we would
on things,
consider
on more
comparably.
things.
Yeah, I don't know. That's hard. That's really hard to say.
Like, a astrophysicist, do you think that they have dreams of aliens and think, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to look into that. That's interesting.
I would say so. I mean, dreams have always played a big part in, a lot of stuff. Dreams have always been important.
Wonder how people back in the day used to dream.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of weird to think about.
Talking about, like, 900.
Year 900. What were they dreaming about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Them having their own farm. Them being a god.
I am Zeus.
I think back then I would dream about being a god. If I heard about, like, Zeus.
Yeah.
And all his, you know,
I imagine you'd
nastiness.
Probably be dreaming up you'd probably have a lot more nightmares because life was considerably more shitty back then.
You ain't wrong.
No.
Life has gotten better, but it's still gotten worse at the same time. Yeah. Interesting.
It's a give and take, I suppose.
Very give and take. Stupid. I fucking hate it.
Dreams are something else, man. It's scary shit. But also
definitely a realm that I think needs to be explored more.
Instead of just like, granted, I will say, you know, I'd say a majority of our dreams are really just your brain just processing all the bullshit that you've got. So like a lot of those dreams are like, yeah, and then I rode a cow that was like had 2 legs, and then next thing I knew,
a scummy,
and then next thing I knew, I was like a pirate, but my ship, it was like it was like a bathtub.
No, I don't think so.
So shit like that. You have some wacky ass dream like that. That's just your brain going, yeah. Get that shit out of here. We don't need that. Here, enjoy that while you sleep, dum.
Stupid head. I can't believe.
I put on the movie.
Can't believe I'm stuck with this fucking idiot.
I put on the movie. Just go fuck sleep. And then when you don't go to sleep, that's when you get nightmares. Oh, you're gonna go sleep, motherfucker.
I don't know. I don't try to sleep through nightmares. If I can, I try to wake myself up out of a nightmare.
Yeah. Have you ever had a dream you knew you were dreaming?
But it was like a happy dream?
Well, just any dream where you knew you were dreaming.
Oh, yeah. Plenty.
Plenty. They they say you can train yourself to do that, to lucid dream. They
really?
Say, I guess it's kind of more you just need to, I guess vocalize it would be the word. Just kind of like
manifest it, like speaking into an existence.
I guess kind of like laying in bed, like when you're like before you sleep, you're like when I'm dreaming, I want to be aware that I'm dreaming. I want to be in control, whatever. Just start. I guess you kind of just start planting those seeds in your mind.
What if, in a way, when you're doing that, you're asking the one all be all?
Can I have admin privileges, please?
Yeah. And he goes, you know what?
Yeah, right.
Since you asked, there you go.
Yeah, right. Are you sure you want that?
Yeah.
It's going to get fucking weird. Do you sure you know what you're asking for?
I'm going to let you know. You're not going to know how to use this.
Shit's going to get real weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here you are.
Buckle up, buckaroo.
Buckle up.
You're going on a ride.
Oh, man. Whoa. Nice.
What happened? Oh, hey. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's pretty
good one
pretty
for
solid.
For nice a finally.
Nice little finally. Yeah, I think that's a good stopping point.
We started conspiracies and then we ended a little more paranormal and spooky and psychology. But hey,
that all could tie in.
Nah, yeah.
I think they're all good.
You're right. But it does make me want to talk about more paranormal spooky stuff.
I love paranormal spooky stuff.
We'll have to do that. Maybe
hopefully a Halloween special.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey yo.
We'll be in season 2 for Halloween still, right?
Yeah.
We could do that.
Yeah, season 2's not starting for like just another 2 weeks.
No, I know, but I'm thinking about like time and down the road. I was like, will that still be? Yeah, we should be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Are you sure? Because you're looking at me like I got a dick growing out of my forehead. I don't like it.
Yeah, no, we could definitely do it for sure. Sick. I'll be down. Sick. All right. So that does it for season 1 of Big Effin Nerds.
Yep. That finally is a wrap, for fuck's sake.
Goodness gracious. But we get a nice little break. We're basically just not gonna upload for like another, or we're gonna upload this episode, and then next week we're not gonna have an episode, and then the following week, season 2 will be starting with hopefully a video version of the podcast that you guys will be able to see on the tubes
if you should want such a thing.
Yeah. Hey, if you like watching people get theatrical with their stories, well, we're there. Because I
came to the right place.
I love being theatrical. Can you imagine? We're gonna start hitting the mic way too much too. God damn it! We're gonna have to get floating mics or something.
Followers 0. Subscribers, whatever.
All right. So thank you guys though. Thank you guys for everything up until this point. We honestly we're just doing this for the fun of it. Like we just get to talk.
That's it. And
we're glad that you are following along with us and enjoying the content so far. For next season, we would really like to start getting people's questions and comments. Yeah, honestly, I feel like it would help us grow better as a podcast, and it would be able to give us a chance to interact with you guys in general.
Yeah, doors wide open.
So hopefully that's the case. But as usual, you can find our socials in the bio of the episode. We post every Friday, except for next Friday, every Friday at 8 a.m. roughly. Depends.
Most of the time.
Most of the time depends, unless I forget to schedule it properly again.
It'd be like that sometime.
But yeah, and then you can also email us at bigeffinnerds@gmail.com. Yeah, we generally just want to be able to talk to you guys. We want to kind of grow and see like how many nerds we got out there. Yeah. How many people are really interested.
I know there's a lot of you.
Yeah.
Us. All right.
All of us.
Yep. Yep. I know there's a lot. So what's up?
We definitely want to hear from you guys. It'd be cool. Anyways, Matt, for the season finale of Big Effin Nerds. BEN, Ben.
Oh, I was like, what? I was thinking BFN. I was like, what the fuck is E? Forgetting F and Z.
Wow, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
For the season finale, Big Effin Nerds, what would you like to say to them?
Oh, what would I like to say?
What the fuck? Tobias. He wasn't supposed to show up.
Oh, yeah. Tobias is eternal, okay? Okay. Let me tell you.
Omnipotent.
Yeah, what'd you call me? Well,
Won't you say that to my face?
seeing as Sir Matthew has stepped out, I think I could think of something. Let's see. For a little goodbye for the season 1 here. Yeah.
Howdy, daddy.
Don't you ever disrespect me like that again, okay?
Buckle up, buckaroo.
All right. All right. In that case, I just need to say, later, taters.
Bye.
See ya later.